What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel where we're going to talk movies, music, and video games. So today I'm doing something I've been wanting to try for a while with the channel restarting and me getting everything going. We're going to do it every month this year, and that is my end of month rankings for everything that I saw that was new for that month. So this will be January 2026. Now I saw a total of 8 new movies, but only seven of them technically released this month. So we're going to leave that 8th one off the list and only rank the ones that actually released in January, and we'll rank them from worst to best. Now being at the bottom doesn't necessarily mean it's unwatchable and complete garbage. It just means compared to the rest, it ended up at the bottom because something has to end up at the bottom. So let's get into it. Now, coming in last place is going to be Mercy, starring Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson. Now, I love both these actors, and I love the concept of this film. But honestly, it's just forgettable. I was pretty positive on it in my short reaction to it, but as I've thought about it more, I'm like, movies like The Missing and The Searching, or I think it's just Searching, those did this concept much better and actually made it more realistic for today. This made it more futuristic, and I'm not sure I like that. If for something like this, I'd rather go Minority Report if I want more of a sci-fi feel to this, and if I want more of the screen realistic feel, I think Missing and Searching are much better. But like I said, I do like Chris Pratt. This movie did have some cool moments, especially in the theater. I didn't do IMAX or 3D, and I hear those weren't really worth the upgrade, so I'm glad I went to the regular theater. But like, this movie isn't bad, and I did enjoy most of it. It's just kind of forgettable. Now, next up is Shelter. This is the new action thriller with Jason Statham. And look, it's just Jason Statham being Jason Statham. He punches people, punches things, has his whole signature anger, glare look, and survives a lot of things that, a normal person probably wouldn't survive or shouldn't survive. But to me, this one, out of all the ones that have released lately, feels like it's just Jason Statham on autopilot. I enjoyed Beekeeper. I enjoyed Wrath of Man, Working Man. Those had scenes in there that just, I'm like, these are awesome. This one, just very much. Like, there were no fight scenes that stood out. Even the car chase scene, which I thought was cool when I watched it, I sit there thinking, I'm like, we've seen this before. Probably in a Jason Statham movie. So there's that. The action was fine. The story was kind of like, it's not much to it. Not really memorable. It's one of those movies that you're sitting there waiting for the wow moment that just never really comes. Now, if you're a hardcore Statham fan, you'll probably get something out of it. I mean, like I said, it was entertaining enough. I just, to the rest of the movies I saw in January and to most of Jason Statham's movie, it just didn't really stack up for me. Now, next up is a Netflix movie, and this is The Rip. Now, this movie stars Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and it had some very interesting ideas. I enjoyed the first half of this movie pretty much, but the third act really let me down. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon don't deliver their best performances, but it's decent enough, and it's nice to see them together again. But the pacing just seemed really off to me, and there's stretches of this movie where it just feels like it didn't know what kind of movie it wanted to be. It didn't know if it wanted to be an action heist or it wanted to be like a slow burn drama. And I just feel like it never really committed to the one it wanted to be. So it's not a bad movie. It's just frustrating because I feel like with these two actors, it could have been much better. Next up is The Wrecking Crew. Now, this is the new Amazon Prime movie with Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista. And honestly, this movie was just fun. Momoa brings his usual chaotic energy. The action with Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista, of course, is solid and really good. this movie just knows what it is. It's loud, it's dumb, it's entertaining. It's just turn your brain off, enjoy the ride kind of movie. And honestly, that's what I want out of these movies. Um, so if you just want a big action movie that you just turn on and just are entertained by, this is a good one to choose. Next up is Primate. Now, this one was the biggest surprise for me. I didn't really know what to expect out of this one. I was hearing good things from other YouTubers and stuff that saw it at film festivals last year. So that kind of piqued my interest on it. Otherwise, I don't know if I would have really watched it. Uh, but this movie didn't do itself any favors with the start, though. Like, it has this huge scene that opens up, and I think that scene is the best part of the movie. Like, the movie never really reaches that peak again. So it's like you start out with that, and then you never really get to that peak again. My son, however, really liked this movie, and he wanted to see it again. We just never got around to the theater. There's some cool kills on this, some that might even rival some slasher films. But most of the movie takes place with a bunch of people in the pool making dumb decisions, and I can only take so much of that. It's definitely one of the movies that's not for everyone, but for the most part it worked for me, hence why it's third on the list. Now into my top two. Number two is going to be Send Help with Sam Raimi. This is just Sam Raimi doing Sam Raimi things. This is his first R-rated movie in a while, which is exciting, and probably what intrigued me the most on this. I love his Evil Dead movies. I love the Spider-Man movies. I even liked aspects of his Doctor Strange. But this movie, like in Doctor Strange, he tried to do some of his Raimi stuff, which didn't necessarily always work. In this, the stuff he does, it works really well. This movie has a stylish, intense energy, which I feel like never really lets you be comfortable, and that's a good thing. The camera work, of course, for Sam Raimi is great. The pacing, the moments of dark humor, your eyeball shot that Sam Raimi loves, your dark zombie looking stuff might be in there. I don't know. Just feels like Raimi's having fun again. It's not a perfect movie. It's a fun movie. And Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien both give great performances to where you don't really know where the movie's going. And I love that. Where it ended up, I actually did enjoy it, and it had a good ending for me, which they could have really messed up. I'm glad they didn't. So I'll definitely watch it again. Definitely recommend watching it. Now, my number one movie of the month was the biggest surprise, because the first one the first one of this trilogy that came out last year, I wasn't that impressed with, and it actually ended on kind of a scene I didn't really like, and that is 28 years later, The Bone Temple. So this one I didn't have high expectations for. The January release was one of those ones I'm like, oh no, they're dumping it in January, probably because the last one was so bad. But this movie's absolutely great. It's brutal. It's fun. The Jimmies are scary but funny. And Rafe Fiennes is awesome as the Doctor again, and has some of the best scenes, I think, in this series. So this is one of the best in the 28 series since the first one. Unfortunately, it's not doing very good at the box office. So hopefully that doesn't stop it from getting another one, because the way they end this one, I have a feeling the next one could be the best one in the series, and it would just suck to end it here. This is definitely one to check out, though, and hopefully we get a proper ending to it with a third movie. So that's my January rankings from worst to best. Let me know in the comments which of these you've seen, which ones you agree with me on, which ones you disagree with me on. What was your best movie of January? What was your worst movie of January? And like I said earlier in the video, I did see another movie this month, but it doesn't come out to February 13th. and that is Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, which I highly recommend. When it hits theaters, everyone should go see it, support it. Uh, it was a great movie, but we'll have that in my February rankings. I have a feeling it might be number one, but you never know. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more movies, music, and game talk, and I'll see you in the next one.